All right, you done good so far. But now that we've gotten familiar with the layer palette, we've gotten familiar with editing and transforming, we've gotten familiar with image adjustments. Actually, let me show you those again. So to transform, edit, transform, scale, rotate. Warp is a funky fun one you might want to try out sometime. Or you could just hit Command T to scale, right? And hold down Option, scale. Yeah, image adjustment, color balance. Look, I could bring up the purples, make it more purple-like space. There it is, right? Actually, I'll leave some of that in there. So that was edit, transform, image adjustments. You're familiar with layers. We want to start looking now at text. We're going to do one reinforcement on getting an image in here, and then we're going to go to the text tool. So let's get our logo in. File, open. And graphic design. Let's get those assets. Let's get the logo, Legos, yogurt. Let's get the Lego. It's the Avengers 4 Endgame logo. Now, first thing I want to do again is make this a layer. It says background here on my layers palette. Double click on background, call it logo. Type as good as I say it. There we go. Now we have a layer. If you want to hide a layer, you hit this eyeball. Okay, hide the layer, we get an eyeball. What would be a quick way to get this? Just think, based on the tools we've used. If we were to use the rectangle, we're going to end up with this black out there, right? So we don't want to use that. So I'm going to hit Command D to deselect. If I use the polygon lasso tool, it's going to probably take me forever to trace around this, right? Command D, don't want to do that. I could use the magic wand tool and select some of this, and then select some more, and some more, some more, some more, some more. And then an interesting trick here, if you want to select everything that has these colors in it, you could go select similar. But this is still going to take me a long time. Remember, I chose this image on a simple background for a reason. So what I'm going to do is hit the magic wand tool to get the black. And now I'm going to do select similar again to get all the blacks, because there's some blacks in here and here and here. All right, that gives us a little bit more. It is picking up some of my colors within the logo. So I'm going to hit Command D. I'm going to drop my tolerance a bit. Maybe drop it down to 15. Let's get a few less shades of black. And now I'm going to go select similar. Maybe a little bit more. Command D. Let's go up to 25. Select similar. And that's pretty good. I am still getting some, but I really just wanted you guys to get the concept of this, right? So now I'm going to select the inverse. I just got my logo by itself. I hit Command J, which is new layer from selection. Command J. So I have a new layer up here. If I go to the move tool, you definitely want to get off the magic wand tool so you don't accidentally select more things instead of moving them. I can move this logo around. Drag this out. Let me rename this layer over here to logo. I double click on the name, call it logo, even though the background's logo, that's fine. I'm not going to be dealing with this background. Move tool, drag it over, boom. We have our logo in. We can close this out. Good design is consistent design. So it's kind of nice that this logo matches the feel of our background, the colors. We're trying to blend all of these elements together. What we want to look at here is just some depth. Maybe we want this to be behind Thor. So remember, this is a stack, right? So you're like looking down into a box, making a collage, or looking over a collage. Rocket's on top, the logo is next, Thor is next, space behind that. So I'm going to take this logo and drag it below Thor. And GAM. But it still works. I'm going to shift Thor over a little bit for now. Okay, I'm okay with it getting cut off. Just want to get that dynamic for you of depth. And now it'd be pretty good to add some kind of tagline, like Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin', McDonald's, I'm loving it. Um, Trying to think of some other ones. I think there were movies like Jaws where it's like, this time it's personal. But let's add a tagline in here. To do that and to get text in, there's a T over here. This is going to be pivotal in a lot of your graphic design. It's adding text. I like to make a text box, so rather than clicking just on the T on the canvas, I'll click and drag a text box. And let's think of a phrase. How about return of the dusted? Let me make capital D. Okay. Now it's black, it's kind of hard to see. What I'm going to do is click and drag to highlight my text. And then up here in our options, you see we have a color. It's black. I'm going to click on that. And maybe I'll choose one of the colors from the logo. Right? Yellow might be a little bit much. Just a little bit off white. Or maybe even the white itself. Likewise, you can slide this over. Right? Make it white. I think I'm going to go for, not that it's necessarily better, but just for the dynamic of the lesson. I'm going to go for this off-white, Return of the Dusted. I don't know if this is the best font for this. This is a nice clean font. This is kind of like a heavy font. I'm going to maybe look for something a little lighter. Scroll down. Font is the style of your text. Maybe go Helvetica New, or just regular Helvetica. You have other options. Maybe I want this to be bold. Now, there are more options to modify your text. So, for example, I can have it. This is the fun of having a box. I could have it left justified, centered, right. And there are even more options. If you have your character and your paragraph options here, you can also go window character. Right? So with window character, it looks like my font here was stretched. It was made tall. Watch this. Okay, I'm going to bring that down to just 100%. Its original stature. 100%, 100%. I could change the size of my points here. I can likewise change them up here. You don't want your tagline to dominate and be more powerful than your logo. You got some paragraph options here. If I want all these letters to stretch across, you can do that. Now it's even to the box. Looks like I missed a space here. Right? And now watch this. I can adjust my box if I wanted to, but I'm just going to center it for now. And here's the interesting piece with text. I can rotate it. I can scale it later. But you have these options here. See this T? It's like skipping over a hill, having a good day, la la la. If I hit that, I can choose different options. I can arc my text and adjust it, right? I can bulge my text. I can have it wave. Let's see. Right? See that kind of thing? Return of the dusted. Right? Alright, so you have these options. I'm not going to use any of them, but I wanted you to see that they're there for you. And that should establish text. If you want to modify your text in any way, as far as editing it, make sure you're on the text layer, one mark T. You hover over the text. Notice the box around my cursor disappears, and then I can re-highlight my text and change something, right? The dusted return. Okay, up to you. Depends on what production wants. And that is your text tool.